Good morning, wrestling fans. It's Tuesday, and you know what that means. Yes, it's Tuesday, October 10th, 2023. It's a Tuesday, but it kind of feels like a Wednesday because tonight we have a special Tuesday night episode of AEW Dynamite, which is going head to head with WWE NXT tonight, which what fans are calling the Tuesday Night War. That takes place tonight on on TBS and USA, which was originally supposed to be 8 to 10, since that's normally when both shows are on, but there has been changes from each company to kind of, I guess you could say, compete tonight. First, starting at 7:30, AEW has announced a special buy-in before Dynamite that's going to be online, I think, on YouTube and social media. And also, both promotions, WWE and AEW, have announced that the first 30 minutes of both their programs are going to be commercial free for the first 30 minutes. And also, both companies are also talking about Overrun going past 10 p.m. tonight. So, who knows for sure when these two shows are going to end. I know John Pollock from Post Wrestling made a joke, and they said they might keep going on waiting to see till the other one goes off. But that is tonight. NXT versus Dynamite head to head, the Tuesday Night War. I think that some people, I wouldn't be surprised if they do actually kind of flip back and forth between channels. And even though for 2023, that's not really something, or you would think that's something you wouldn't really have to do anymore with DVRs now. And it's not like back in the day during the Monday Night War, WWF versus WCW, you had both Raw and Nitro on, and yeah, you could get a blank VHS tape and set your VCR and record one, but it definitely wasn't easy as now with DVRs and everything. So I'm sure there were a lot of people who would flip back and forth between both shows. And also, I wouldn't even be surprised if people put two TVs next to each other so they could watch both. For me, I'd say it probably would have been too hard to pay attention with two TVs next to each other on two different shows. But for me, it's kind of hard to pay attention to different things sometimes. But I know I did kind of flip back and forth a little bit in between the two shows. And I know I did flip back and forth when one of the shows had something on that had my interest a little more than I would switch over to Nitro or switch over to Raw, whichever of the two that I wanted to go see at the time. And I'm not sure why people are being so rude and being out and about here while I'm trying to record the podcast right now. But tonight we have AEW Dynamite. I haven't even gotten into tonight's shows just yet. And that's first, since I will be watching Dynamite live, that is my plan to watch Dynamite live tonight and DVR NXT. And then after, do an episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic talking about both shows, which I was thinking about maybe doing a live episode. I haven't decided just yet, but I talked about this on 360 Wrestling Fanatic last night. Maybe since this is being built up as such a big night, kind of like a premium live event night, so why not go ahead and do a live episode once again? I'm just thinking about it as of right now. Haven't decided for sure just yet. But stay tuned just in case I might end up going live right here on Spreaker. Then you can listen to the podcast version of it everywhere else. But tonight's special Tuesday night episode of AEW Dynamite will be live in Independence, Missouri at the Cable Dahmer Arena. And Tony Khan is really building this up, promising the best Dynamite lineup ever. It will feature the AEW in-ring debut, the first match in AEW of the Rated R superstar Adam Copeland taking on Luchasaurus, which I think they'll have a good match. I'm sure Luchasaurus and Adam will be able to work out a pretty good match together. And we're going to get an explanation from the AEW TNT champion Christian Cage about his words to Adam Copeland last week. Go F yourself. This is a podcast for ears of all ages. And not accepting the deal from Adam Copeland for them to team again. And we will see the American Dragon Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland face off in a number one contenders match where the winner will get a shot at the AEW TNT Championship. And I believe that match will take place this Saturday night on Collision. Bryan Danielson and Swerve Strickland. That should be a good match right there. That's what I'm looking forward to see. Also, Rey Fenix will defend his AEW International Championship in a rematch against Jon Moxley. And Hikaru Shida will take on Saraya for the AEW Women's Championship. Also, Chris Jericho versus Powerhouse Hobbs, who now apparently is a part of the Don Callis family. Switchblade Jay White will take on Hangman Adam Page. And the AEW World Champion MJF will appear. Also, Timeless Tony Storm. And that is tonight's AEW Dynamite on this special Tuesday night episode. Also, we have, of course, on its regular night, WWE NXT, which the main event, Carmelo Hayes versus Bron Breakker. Carmelo Hayes having John Cena in his corner, and Bron Breakker having Paul Heyman in his. Or at least I think that's what's going to be the main event. Also, Asuka taking on Roxanne Perez, and Tyler Bate teaming up with the Brawling Brutes to take on Gallus in a pub rules match, whichever that is. And also the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes. And I'm sure you've seen the commercial for tonight's NXT broadcast, but at the end they fade to black, and then you hear the gong, of course, teasing The Undertaker here tonight on NXT. Who knows? Maybe it'll just be the gong. Maybe they'll just play the gong in the arena and that's it, and not actually The Undertaker showing up here tonight. Who knows? But we'll just have to wait and see. The Tuesday Night War, Dynamite versus NXT. Once again, I hope to have a live episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic tonight, talking about both shows. Maybe a live episode, who knows? Also, that is all for this Tuesday morning episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. And like I said, hope to be back tonight. And we'll be back tomorrow morning for the Wednesday episode. But since it's on tonight, obviously, I will not be previewing AEW Dynamite like I usually do on the Wednesday episode. I know I'm going to get mixed up a little bit this week. Also, this Thursday, a new episode 10 of 360 Anything Goes, will be available. Talking about The Simpsons, the first time talking about The Simpsons on Anything Goes. That will be available Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern. And I'm getting here at work now. And once again, hope everyone has a great Wednesday today. Hope everyone enjoys the Tuesday Night War, which people are calling it AEW Dynamite, WWE, NXT, whichever match you watch, or whichever show you watch, I should say. Or if you watch both, either try to watch them both at the same time, or if you're like me, watching one live and DVRing the other. Hope you enjoy both of them. But until then, have a great pro wrestling day.